Hello everyone, welcome. We will be learning how to add natural numbers by hand, essentially without a calculator, without any of those devices or support systems that we might use in today's world, right? We want to learn how to do it by hand in the long way. We saw in the last video the importance of place value, meaning where the ones are, the tens, etc. Now we're gonna see it play in real mathematical problems. How does that come into play when we are adding numbers? Okay, so first things first, whenever you're giving an addition problem, you want to make sure you read it, you understand it, and you get the numbers that you need to add, right? After that, you want to make sure that you line them up. So the first thing that we are going to do with the numbers is line them up by place value. And I will show you what that means by place value. Let's say that we had the following problem. Add 235 plus 48. Okay? Maybe we write it like this, 235 plus 48, right? And then we add. This is a big no-no. This is incorrect. Why is that? Because the place value of each digit is not in the right place. We are not adding the same place values. What do I mean by that? Let's remember what the place values are in our digits. So the ones are always the very last digit, right? This is the ones place value, the 8 on this amount. So these are the ones. What do we have after? The tens, right? And in the first one, we have hundreds. On the second amount, we don't. Hundreds. So why is it that this is not correct? Why would our answer be incorrect from this? Because if we look at the place value of each digit, what do we have? 5 is in the ones place. And then we have nothing right under it. What do we have for the 3? What place value is the 3 in? And the tens? How about the 8? In the ones. So we cannot add the tens and the ones together because it will give us a wrong answer. We're not adding the same place value, okay? It's like saying we are adding 30, right? 3 tens and 8 ones. But without having that in mind, then the answer could be completely incorrect. So what's the right way of ordering the numbers or lining them up? We want to have 335 plus 48. So 48 is going to be pushed all the way to the right, or numbers, and that's the way you can see this rule of lining them up by place value. Write your numbers all the way to the right, all the way, okay? By doing that, your place value lines up automatically, okay? So this is going to create a separation right here. And it's going to be imaginary, right? Let's imagine that there's a separation right here. Now that tells us what exactly we need to add together. Now, where do we start? We always want to start at the very end, all the way to the end. 5 plus 8. Okay, so that's where we want to start. We don't want to start with the 3 plus 4 or the 2. No. All the way to the end. 5 plus 8 is going to give us 13. Now, I cannot write 13 right here. Why is that? We cannot write 2 digits unless it's the very last number, because it's going past 9, right? It's going over to the other place value, essentially. So what do? So what we're going to do is this 3, the very last digit of the 2, is the one that I'm going to write right under it, okay? Sorry, that should be a 3. 3. And the other one, I'm going to give it to the neighbor. Always the neighbor to the left. First neighbor, okay? So I wrote down the last digit, and the first one gave it to the neighbor, okay? Now, we go on to the other one. Now to the tens place value. Now it's not only 3 plus 4. That was originally the problem. Now it's 1 plus 3 plus 4. Okay? So what's that going to be? 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4, 8. Okay? And then the last one, 2 plus nothing is still 2. Right? 2 plus 0. If you want to write a 0 right there just to fill in the empty space, you can. It's not going to change anything. Just remember that this doesn't add any value and it doesn't subtract either. So don't think 2 plus 0 is 0. No. We're not multiplying. This is adding. 2 plus 0 is 2. Okay? Now you're done. Let's look at another example. Let's say that now you have 3 different amounts. 32 plus 5 plus 450. Okay? Now, there are many ways to solve a problem with multiple amounts. You can do 2 amounts at a time or line up all 3 of them at the same time. Now, if you line them up, I would recommend to start with the one that has the most digits. For example, 450 in this one, right? 450 plus, then the next one will be 32. It has 2 digits. So I push it all the way to the right. Then the last one, 5, right? Now that's just a recommendation. Why is that? I don't know. I like it visually. It works for me. But you can also simply do this. 32 plus 5 plus 450. Now, the trick over here, if you do this, is again, remembering to push your numbers all the way to the right. Lining them up, essentially. Because if I put 450 like this, let me change it up a little bit. Like this, then my answer is going to be completely incorrect. Okay, so the key, again, when we're adding is lining them up by place value. Okay, now you can do it like this. You can also do first 32 plus 5, and then the answer that you get from there, add 450 to get your final answer, right? Or do all of them, the 3 amounts at the same time. So let's start with this one, and then we can look at this one. 0 plus 2 plus 5. That will be 7. Okay. 5 plus 3. That will be 8. And 4 plus nothing, that would just be 4. Okay. That is your answer. Now, if you want to work with 2 digits at a time and not all 3, then you can do it like this. You can also say 450 plus 32 and then add the 5. When you're adding, you're going to get the same answer if you add 2 plus 5 or 5 plus 2. The order is not going to change the answer. Okay? That is true when you're adding or multiplying, but not when you're subtracting, and we're going to see it after in the next video. So over here, 32 plus 5, right? We are starting with these two. 32 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, and 3 plus nothing, we just bring down the 3. Okay, so that is 37. But this is not my answer. This is not my answer yet. Why not? Because it's only the first 2 digits. I still need the third amount. Okay, so to 37, I'm going to add 450. Again, super important that you line them up. 450. They're lined up by place value. See how my numbers are essentially starting exactly in the same location right here. 7 with a 0, 3 with a 5, and so on. That automatically lines up my place value. We are adding, and now again we start at the very end. 7 plus 0, that'll be 7. 3 plus 5 or 5 plus 3, 8. And the 4, we bring it down because there is nothing that we're adding to it. It's just 487. See how we got exactly the same answers following different pathways, right? Different little roads. That is going to be true in a lot of different math problems. We can solve the same problem in many different ways, okay? Now, let's look at another one very quickly. Let's say that we had 1,438 plus 40. Okay, what are we going to do over here? It's already lined up. Easy for us, right? We don't have to think about where the numbers go. Just remember, we start all the way to the very end, right here. 8 plus 0 is going to give us 8. 3 plus 4 is going to give us 7. Now the other ones don't have anything essentially adding to that number. 4 plus 0 or 4 plus nothing, just bring it down. And then 1 plus, again, nothing is 1, right? So your answer is going to be this. Remember, we saw in the place value video that we put a comma in the whole number section, 3 digits after, right? And that will be your answer. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment what you would like to see in the next video so that we can go over it together.